1984 was a significant year in Godzilla history. It's when he returned to movie theaters after a 9-year hiatus. It's the year new merchandise lines launched, such as Godzillaland. And in 1984, Godzilla made his first ever officially licensed video game appearance, Godzilla vs. 3 Giant Monsters. That's right, today we're going back to the beginning, the start of it all, the first official Godzilla video game. Oh, and you might have noticed I'm a baby in this review. You see, what happened is this. I meant to time travel us all to 1984, but through a series of time machine mishaps, I've only accidentally managed to reverse my own aging. But that's cool, because babies are hot right now. If anyone out there would happen to have a baba, that would be great, because I really want a baba! A baba, or perhaps a teat, from which I might suckle. Before the release of Nintendo's Famicom system, the home console of choice in Japan was the MSX. This home computer was developed by Microsoft and ASCII ASC2 in 1983, and it was backed by major Japanese game studios like Hudson Soft, Bandai, and Konami. Graphically, the games looked pretty good for their time. But why is this monkey chasing me? Get away! Go! Get the fuck out of here! Now I'm Howard the Duck. I'm not sure where to go here. I think somebody pissed all over the ground over here and I can't walk through it. And I hope you weren't planning on sleeping tonight, because here's the Cabbage Patch Kids! Even in the early days of home console history, Bandai was producing games based on their tokusatsu licenses. Let's see what a Mobile Suit Gundam game looks like on the MSX. Okay, I recognized White Base, and Abaruku's just fine. Looks great. So the game starts with Amuro near his Gundam, and what the fuck, did I just die? To think that of the 1 million Gundam video games released, this is one of the very first ones right here. It's pretty crazy to look back at how far things have come, huh? But what about Ultraman? Oh, hell yeah, look at these two go at it. I'm gonna fucking get in there, I can't wait. I guess I'm the Jet. This game starts with an escort mission, and even in 1984 those were annoying. There's Red King, and I'm gonna shoot him with my darts while he throws meatballs at the trucks. Now I'm Ultraman! Now it's time to fight. Look out, Red King, I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna kick the I died from walking into him! There were actually 3 Godzilla video games released on the MSX over the years. Aside from 3 Giant Monsters, there's Gojira-kun, based on the Godzillaland merchandise line I mentioned earlier, and Monsters Fair, a game where you actually play as Mothra and not Godzilla. But we're here for the first game, Godzilla vs. 3 Giant Monsters. And I'll tell you what, that's a good-looking Godzilla sprite right there. Off to a good start! The game puts Godzilla in a desert. Megalon comes up from the ground to attack, so you gotta blast him in his stupid face with your atomic breath. If you don't get him, he'll escape by making another hole. You're going to want to minimize the amount of holes he creates, and you'll see why in the next level. You can also shoot your atomic breath diagonally, which is pretty useful. But one thing I don't like is that when you hit the button, Godzilla will stand completely still while using his atomic breath. You can't move him until he's done. So you'd better be sure you hit your target, because your attack will leave you vulnerable for a few moments. Look at that screen. There are more holes here than in the plot of King of the Monsters. Hey! Once you destroy Megalon, you'll be attacked by the second monster, Kumanga. Or several Kumangas, I should say. He emerges from the holes that Megalon created, so that's why you want to make sure you don't let Megalon tunnel too much in the first stage. Kumanga fires webbing and some kind of spark at you. You want to dodge them, naturally, while avoiding the holes, and getting close enough to hit him with your atomic breath. When there's 2 of them, this is a bit of a pain. You could be blasting one Kumanga, which makes your Godzilla go catatonic, and that's when the second Kumanga can strike. Clever girl. This is a long level because the Kumangas take a lot of hits each to die. How come they can take like 12 hits and Godzilla can only take 1? They're fucking spiders! Like I said, I like the Godzilla sprite, but look at him when he faces forward. His head turns into a green smiley face. That part's weird. One strategy I found is to kinda just hover near one hole and dodge the attacks. Then when a Kumanga inevitably emerges from that hole, you're right there to hit him. It's a good strategy, but it takes a long time. When you finally kill the two Kumongas, you get monster number 3. Or I guess 4 if there were 2 Kumongas. King Ghidorah! His sprite looks okay, maybe a little round, but that's alright. Although sometimes when I look at him, I see him wrong. My eyes do see King Ghidorah there, but my brain turns it into some kind of floating alien. I've named him Squibbles, and he's always getting into trouble. You have to fend off King Ghidorah so he doesn't harm... Manila? Is that Manila? Man, I didn't think it was possible to make him look worse than in Godzilla's Revenge, but here we are. His head looks like a drum cymbal. Of course this is a protection level, and unfortunately, it's hard to protect Manila because he's dumb as fuck. Fucking asshole. You have to be sure to hit Ghidorah right in his round belly, and he'll piss off pretty damn quickly when you do. After you shoo Ghidorah away, the game resets the screen and you do the whole thing over. It's a loopy deal. You can play through all 3 stages in about 5 or 6 minutes, really. It's a short game, unless you're playing specifically to get a high score. But is it good? Yeah, I kind of think it is. 3 stars! Godzilla vs. 3 Giant Monsters might have not aged well, but at the time it came out, this was a perfectly serviceable video game. The sprites look good, mostly. The gameplay's no better or worse than your standard video games in the early 80s. And I might be biased, but I think it's better than Gundam and Ultraman. Today, this game provides a few minutes of amusement, but not much more. And that's okay. Not bad at all. While this might have been the first Godzilla video game made, it's not the first one I personally played. That credit goes to Monster of Monsters on the Nintendo Entertainment System. What was the first Godzilla video game you ever played? Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you'll excuse me, I seem to have soiled my diaper. Oh, and look for baby MIB merchandise next month, including action figures, animatronic dolls, Funko Pops. I gotta milk this baby crazy, you know what I'm saying? Gotta get while the get's good. Baby MIB saying, etc., etc., etc.